I am today joined with the one, the only BMT, Business Minded Talk. How you doing today, my guy?
Yo, 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 what's going on, BMT? Business Minded Talk. Thank you for having me. Doing pretty good.
And today's subject, as y'all see, do black people really support black people? And before we get into that, I want to ask one question and I want to make a statement. Why don't we support each other? And when black and poor white people, the only group of people that I know that see other people support each other, and it looks like an agenda. And that's the first topic I want to get onto because when we so used to not supporting each other, BMT, that we see everything as an agenda against us. I can tell you now, knowing some of the people that I met thanks to my one of my best friends doing music and politics, the music industry, some of the top executives in the music industry are part of the LGBTQ community. And what they do, and some of the people in film I found out through that are also LGBTQ. So what they do is when they get up in these positions, what they do is they position themselves to put what their stories or what they like in front of the people. Jewish people do the same thing. Asian people to a certain extent do the same thing. When they see themselves, they bring their people with them in the way LeBron does. Shout out to LeBron for that. I want to always that's one thing I always give LeBron. But they put people in front and showcase what they want. But to us, it seemed like an agenda because we're not used to seeing people support each other. Because when Jay Z become a billionaire and Oprah become a billionaire, they part of the Illuminati.
Right.
They sold to the devil. When other people support Kugler with all the movies he do based on black people. Oh, he just doing that for tokenism. I'm like, bro, you black. You want to see more black people succeed because they putting other black people on that you have never seen before or haven't been in that position. But it's like, oh, they tokenism. He's selling out. He doing something for somebody, and I'm like, bro, why is it so hard for us BMT to just support each other to the point? Like I said, it looked like it's an agenda. Gay people put gay things on TV because, of course, the executive in charge is part of that lifestyle. He wanted to showcase his lifestyle. He wanted to become more acceptable, and of course, he put it out that Jewish people do the same thing, Asian people do the same thing, and to us, it like they trying to we make up an agenda, but we don't understand it's simple support for what their cause is, and that's why you start seeing every other group rise. And unless you're an athlete, it's a little harder for us to rise. We don't even get our history. I brought up a history thing last week with a bunch of people. Black men and women invented cell phone, potato chips, refrigerators, air conditioning. Nobody know none of their names. We won't even support
Mm.
the ones that did amazing things. BNT, I want your thoughts on all of it.
Well, it is it is sad. It is very hurtful. Um, because sadly, whenever we start to we have this thing where we talk about separation of whenever uh we start getting to success, and I myself I'm guilty for that also at times where I want to be with um included with my people, but then I find myself being excluded from my people. A white boy, I've been called you know, divest or whatever type of nonsense, because I made certain life choices, and that's pretty sad because you know we would want to see better, like we would want to be better than our forefathers and rise above certain challenges. I watched as Jay Z made $1 billion, and everybody started turning or calling him all kind of names and all kind of stuff, and told him like, "Hey, like, oh my God, you know, uh, because he did deals with the NFL. See, he sold out to them. At one time, there was no billionaire black man up there in that box office. You started getting seeing more of us doing shows, getting paid more, getting different deals of representation, and a lot of people have issues saying, "Oh man, he sold out, he sold out." But I'm like, sooner or later, somebody has to get in, or you would want somebody to get in so that way more of you can get in. And we do this to our women, we do this to our children when they start becoming actors, actresses, when they start becoming business owners, or they start talking, help, we're in the field of tech and anime and movie reviews. You and I both know there's not a lot of us in this field. However, those of us who are in this field, we don't get support like that amongst our own crowd or flock as we would like to. We would love to see more of us on panel, just like how we see the nerd comic boys. We would love to see a lot of us sitting on there, not having to be, you know, just being able to talk. But we understand that kind of gets separated and say you're not like us, or that's that people's type of ish. This can be ours too, or we can all like it as a collective. Um, it's very disheartening. Uh, it's very disheartening that we get like that. And it's something as it's a very dangerous ideology. It's a very dangerous ideology. So much so, it kind of it starts to make a disdainment towards that of our own fellow men and women. So that's why I'll started off on.
Yeah. One thing you said something. I got a list of 5 things and 5 evidence because people be making up. They'll say I'm lying and I'm trying to do something, but no, I want to discuss this and go into it. And BMT said something. This is part of one of my 5 reasons why I know black people don't support each other or they actively try to destroy each other. We're the only culture in America that makes fun of someone for either speaking intelligent or being intelligent. Being a white nerd was always okay when I was in school, unless you was like one of them antisocial people. But being a nerd was okay because you you were smart. You had a chance to be the next Bill Gates. Being smart in the black community was often, unless you were like hood smart and smart, it was looked down upon. Oh, you talking white. By the way, I want everybody to know that is it. White people don't even talk proper. So I don't know where that comes from. So if I just talk intelligent, so basically what you're saying is if you talk intelligence, you have to be white to be intelligent. When most of the white people I know, not all, most of them outside of business settings, do not speak proper.
Hmm.
BMT, am I wrong? Most
No,
of
you're
them
not.
got their own
You're
slang.
not.
They got
No, you're not wrong about that, bro. But I know quite a few from my military background and business background. Heck, they don't even talk like that. Y'all could look at some of their shows that with them as uh, business people. Chris Lee, Duck Dynasty, those are successful millionaires, families. That's how they talk. You say mama, they ain't say mother. They say mama, daddy. Like they be doing all kind of like some people. That's their mannerisms and dialect and their ideologies, But we exclude our own people. Well, hey, why you got your shirt tucked in? You're a Carlton. You're a wannabe boy. It's not that they're a wannabe white boy. Maybe he likes wearing a proper certain type of way, or a woman that doesn't want to be so revealing and she wants to be, more conservative. She's boring. No, she probably just doesn't want to be revealing unless to that of the person that she actually wants to be intimate with. We got to stop doing it.
that is true. And the thing, like, we put intelligence and we put it as you're trying to be someone else.
Yes.
There's a lot of different type of black people. There are a lot of different type of African Americans. There are a lot of different type of us. There's ones that have different personality traits. They are good at different things, but when you're different and you're not from a certain type, especially when you're in a predominantly black area, they either they do think they like try to use you, but at the same time try to clown you. And I'm fortunate enough to be the smart kid and the jock at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fortunate enough to be in both spaces and be able to move. And I didn't get as much as the hate as say, let's say my brother did, but he had his own little smart crew because he hanged around more of the white kids, but because the black kids said he sounds smart, so he ain't one of us. I'm more able to move because I'm play basketball and football that I can move around with both crews and be like, okay, oh, you a good athlete, so you cool, but why you hang around them? I'm like, those are my friends too. We share interest. When in seventh grade, I played Yu-Gi-Oh cards with the guy. And they're like, "Why are you playing with him?" Because that's what I like to do. You're not gonna force me to go in this corner to just do. I'm gonna do is play sports. No, I have many interests.
Yes.
Not just finna focus on football all day. But in our culture, like, oh, you doing what they want you to do. It's always some other outside forces of heroism and villainism, in which the villain is them, who they never, no one ever knows who they are, and they don't fit in these categories. But you sit in there and you get upset when people are different than what you think they should be. Oh, you think I'm better than you. I mean, oh, you think you're better than me because you sound intelligent. So now my jealousy, which is you gonna find out, I'm ending it like this. My jealousy say you think you're smarter than me, so I don't like you. And all five of these gonna have this coming trend by the time we break it down, BMT. And that's what it really is. You sound intelligent, therefore I feel you're better than me, therefore I imprint on you that you not like me either. And that's a common thing in black community, which I will show you in all five of them come down to that. Oh, you're smart, so you're better than me. I'm like, no one ever said that. I'm trying to hang around you, and you exclude people from that group because you feel that way, because you feel less intelligent because where we from.
You know, but I was that kid. I was that black kid at the Yale table, and I remember one time, um, the kids in the team, they went into my backpack, and what's going on? What's going on, Snow? And they found some Pokemon cards and some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I was playing both of them when they first came out. It was different. It was new. It was challenging, and they took my cards, and I started getting into it with with a receiver. After that, the coach came, and this is the grown man. He said, "Joe, why you playing that white boy shit?" He said, "You heard me, man. Throw that shit in the trash, boy. He said, that's that white boy crazy shit." And I'm like, "Excuse me, that this is my passion. That I'm supposed to throw it in the trash." You know what I'm saying? Granted, coach, assistant coach was a white guy from Connecticut. He saw me when I threw those cards in the trash. When practice was over, and I was walking to go home, he drove up behind me, and with a Ziploc bag, he said, "Here, don't you have in the way because it makes somebody else feel uncomfortable because that's your passion." He said, "I'm gonna go talk to him about that." And the coach did come back and apologize to me. I don't know what happened, but he did come back and apologize to me about that. But it hurt me. You understand me, Zell? Like it stayed with me how I was called wannabe white boy. And I know I've seen some girls who I've seen stuff. I've watched things happen to girls who were born either mixed or mixed kids, how they get mistreated. And people think that, well, you think you're better because you look a certain type of tan. We have a lot of things that we downplay when we talk down on own people. Maybe because he wears his clothes a certain type of way, so we automatically think he's a thug, or that he's going to be a. Then that guy actually, I've seen guys literally bust down how much money you have in your hand by just glancing at it. Does that mean they're a criminal? Nah, he's just really, really good with money. Manager of a bank teller is one of my old classmates. She graduated before me. This girl has a heavy, strong Southern Slaw dialect. You know Southern Slaw dialect. But the girl has a bachelor's. In accounting. She doesn't even have to use a calculator. You know, rare people can do math in their head. They look at the problem and they can break it down. There's not that many people that can do that. Only reason she stayed in her town, but she said like being close to my granddad and grandma at church. I love my town. But a lot of people used to call her a freak. So those kind of things, we hurt our own people, but we want the best. But we take those of our own people and we kind of mentally cap them. Shout out to Will Smith when Will Smith was, hey, why Will Smith trying to do those white boy roles? Why are they trying to do kung fu movies and shit? Y'all want to be like Chinamen? No, maybe we actually like kung fu movies. Maybe we want to do opera. Whitney Houston can sing opera, y'all. I bet a lot of y'all didn't know that. She sings more than just R&B. But we do these things, and I hate it. Like when we start seeing successful black people, we say that they sold out. They're with the man. They think they're better than us. But those are the same people you would go to for a job that you would have to hope and fund you or help you up. They say, hey, what are you doing to better yourself? Shout out to my brother K Business. Brother talks about business and accounting and finance all the time. I watch him. But people will swear up and down. I'm just using this. People from Africa or non-African American blacks get nothing but free handouts. That's pretty jacked up when they say, well, I'm working just as hard as you. What are you talking about? I'm struggling just like you. And I know a few of them, because one of them, he's a buffer. He used to buff floors when he came over here. Sleep. The minister gave him a room at a church, and I'm about to finish up that literally he went to get his GED, go to night school, got his forklift, flipped that money, and now he has 4 box trucks that him and 2 of his friends are driving, and they're making good money. There was no handout. But according to everybody else, the white man gave it to him. We got to stop doing that to people, man.
We do. I want to bring up something that's going to lead to something else but it's on this subject. Lil Wayne made a comment that he don't believe in their racism, which, by the way, there are. I want to make sure there is a lot of institutional racism. By the way, if you look at your laws and most state laws, there's still a lot of racist content in it. Like, for y'all didn't know till 2013 in Alabama, if you married a white woman, that the police could literally arrest you, but most people didn't do it. But they mostly didn't enforce it. But if they wanted to, they could have. Most people don't know that it's still a lot of random laws and not like that too. So it is institutional thing. But I want to bring up this because Lil Wayne said this.
At the age of 12 years old, I shot myself. I was in the house. Police knocked on the door. I was right there. They knocked the door down. Everybody jumped over my body to go get the guns and drugs and whatever they could find. It took one guy to stop right there and cuss everybody that hopped over me out. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? They say, oh, no, we was going to see if what the fuck are y'all doing? We called the ambulance. An ambulance, do you not see this kid on the floor with this hole in his chest? Say, you drive, pick me up. brought me to the hospital. He didn't drop me off at the ambulance and say, you take him. He brought me to the hospital room and made two and stood there and waited till the doctor said he's gonna make it. He said, don't worry, my name's Uncle Bob. He was white as snow. Them that hopped over me was blacker.
He was a white police officer that helped him, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to bring that up simply because a lot, like I said, you notice what everybody else was focused on, and I want to bring that up, even though, like I said, it is still institutional racism, but it's a lot of things we do as a culture that we call culture. That is, we celebrate. Let's just be honest. Let me just get to it. We celebrate negativity. I don't need to have to work around and try to ease it into you. No, we celebrate negativity. We
We,
celebrate culture and rap music and movies and films. Like our best films, our best movies is when black people kill black people.
mm,
Or slave movies, of course. Of course, we when we struggle, we do love doing. We love having those movies shown. Like negative trauma is like popular to everyone about black culture. Rapping
mm,
about things that hurt us, things that do this. We're one of the only cultures. It was cool with the mafia, but they also had their own little funny footloose and movies like that. I don't know which one. It was one of them dancing movies. They had like Italian dances and stuff like that. But we celebrate negativity.
yes.
And I want to break down why we celebrate negativity because again, seeing for some reason seeing bad things to happen to black people to each other seems like entertainment. Not saying it can't happen because everything has that. But it seems like our most popular things are things that when negativity happens or trauma happens to us. And I don't mind a lot. A lot of it I don't mind because it's a story of people's lives and stuff, and it really happened. But at a certain time, you start realizing that in the '90s we had it, in the 2000s we had it, in the 2010s we have it. Why is everybody's story still negative after all these years? It's still negative. These are stories from 2020 now. We have a story from 2010 that's negative. Like, okay, in the 90s, 2000, I'm like, okay, why is every movie still negative? That's why Black Panther was so successful to a lot of people. It was our first light. We even discussed it. Was it the best movie ever? If we've been honest, no, it wasn't. But it's our
Right.
movie. That's not trauma.
Right.
They had things they went through and brung up things that happened, but it was like our empowerment superhero movie.
I actually
That's
enjoyed. I enjoyed it for that. Like I was confused when people said, "Man, I like M'Baku." Nah, I was kind of more. I kind of like the positive guy more than the negative guy. Like I wanted seeing us to win, not kill each other. Like I don't know,
yeah.
man.
We're the only culture in our rap music that's our popular song when bad things happen to us. Like, I'm like,
Mm,
why are we the one culture that celebrates negativity so much? And then it gets in drink. And then that's why I bring up the Lil Wayne thing too. Of course, they getting the drugs and money. Somebody gets shot, the ambulance coming. Everybody running over him to make sure they can hide what they doing.
right.
Why this little kid who becomes the most famous out of the group, by the way. I'm pretty sure nobody else in that room was probably got more successful than Lil Wayne. And now you hear him talk that this white man named Bob, this police officer saved him, so he don't see nothing wrong with white people. And he been rich since he was 13. So I'm like, hey, listen, I'm not even gonna get in those fights because y'all was worried about something else while I'm up here struggling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You worried about these things that has been negative on us for years. Even though we found out later that marijuana and stuff like that, even though I'm pretty sure it probably wasn't just marijuana, probably stuff that's still illegal. But we worry about those things that bring us down for years. More so we heard about a 12-year-old on the floor
Dying.
with the whole like we called the ambulance, he said. Like, no, you're supposed to do more. It's a 12-year-old child on the floor. And he ended up being the most successful person out of, like I said, again, out of the group. Yeah, country music is also negative, by the way, but a lot of people don't know that. But country music is negative, but it has all has some fun stuff too in it, but everything
Maybe
has.
it does have its negativities, but if I had a way out, but listen, I've been on deployment with a lot, and I'm not caping for no folks, but I've been on deployment with a lot of if they ain't saying about their truck, some ship and stuff, yeah, they have it like they talk about a story and their sorrows, but you don't hear them singing about goddamn selling meth and coke and running up on the dirt road and shooting up a farmhouse. Like they're going about, well, what the hell is this? Like, no. How do y'all sing about Jesus in one verse and shooting up your ops in the next verse? Like, how does that work? Just saying.
Yeah, you can't bring up rock and roll and negative influence on that, but most people, you tend not to like. That's like the little ooh, like little weird crowd that they do, and like you can, they actually separate the people. Like
Yeah,
if you watch the beginning of this, I don't know if you watched the beginning. We told you that we already, if you different, you're not accepted. So you have to be in this. You know what I mean? You have to be in this. So it's no separation of groups. Oh, this is like, oh, there's the rock crowd. They're a little edgy. No, the hood, you gotta do the hood rule, or you feel like an outsider. Like I said, I can mix in with both. So I actually see it. Most people never get this opportunity, by the way. Most people either get on the foot end of the hood side, or they get in on they stay in the hood side and like, oh, I gotta do this because this is who we are as people. Man, go talk to a kid from Chicago right now, and they tell you, yo, I don't believe I'm gonna live past 21. If I do, I'm blessed. And if I believe in my mind, BMT, that I won't live past 21 because the culture around me tells me that, and I'm into stuff I want, I don't have no fear in my life.
yeah. I wouldn't give a fuck after that. Like I would be in. I'll be on some pretty invincible shit, and I gotta be fair. I gotta be fair. Like that was in my around my time, I believe. And I know nerds, though. Like if you make it to 18, you make. If you make it to 20, you a man. If you make it to 21 or 25, shit, you an OG. You done seen everything. I'm like, well, god damn, boy, the livelihood of a black man, uh, it was pretty horrible. I won't say it was horrible, but we did glorify a lot of struggle culture. Like that was like I see the Facebook post. You weren't really black if you didn't take a hot dog and put it on a slice of bread with ketchup and mustard. And I'm like, well, damn, man, like
You never see that with no other group, by the way. That's entertaining to me.
you know,
You're not white if you don't tap dance. What? What?
like we talk about some weird stuff like name the item your mama beat you with: iron core, belt, stick. Like I'm like, why are we? And you what? It blew my mind with all the black people. Yeah, so they hit me with that's what they hit me. I was like, yo, dude, like there's so much trauma. Why are we like? And I'm guilty, but I'm like, yep. Like I used to think you didn't love. I didn't love my kids if I didn't beat my kid. I used to think like that, though, because that's I always believed that how we have to be with our children. You have to beat them to show them that kind of love and affection. And I'm sorry, and I told my children I'm sorry for that. I thought that that's how you properly parent, by beating your kids. Um, yeah, I thought that uh, a lot of things how we were raised, being a latchkey kid. For all of us who are latchkey kids, and myself, I'm pretty sure you were one. A lot of people, that's not functional. That's not functional. And looking at it now, how we are now, and how we view society and women and men and the household, it really fucked us up. And we're not talking about no regret. Like God damn it, like we did. Like our parents would be some of our parents, folks would be gone for days or years. Hell, they just dropped us off at grandma's house and just never came back. You know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And We go off that. You also family drama, of course, family trauma, generational trauma. This is how we made it. This is what we do. That's why I would tell people forgive your parents. This is one thing I always say. Everybody say they look at me like it's hard. Like I'm like they just knew what they knew. They knew how to survive. That's all they knew how to survive. That's all they knew. Your life, you gotta realize your life is much of our lives are way better than their life was. People forget Jim Crow didn't end basically to the 70s, and then there was a struggle from the 70s to catch up all the way to like the early 90s. Because for you had 20 years and you had these old books and everything, your education. Man, when them kids hit the PWIs or went to other schools and they started getting new books, BMT, they did people don't understand. People would make all A's. My mom would make all A's. She went to Jackson State and they gave a new education and they had newer books. She didn't know nothing from the newer books because they didn't have it. Because they didn't have it. You even in the Delta, Mississippi right now, they have books from 1985. So when they take their SAT, they're like, oh, these are the lowest scoring schools in the country. Well, of course, they don't have modern books.
Wow.
In the Delta, if you know anything about Mississippi, Mississippi is almost 44% black. It's like almost even with white people because the Delta is full of black people, but unfortunately, they are poor. My brother, this how this how bad, and I'm not. It's some nice parts. Grenada has a nice part, another Greenville has a nice part, but a lot of my brother even went on a mission trip. He went his church, which is like mixture, but it's mostly white, went to a mission trip to the Delta BMT. The water's dirty. Nobody talks about it. The governor like ain't nothing we can do about the weather.
Is it just like muddy or it's actually like nasty?
Like the Mississippi River come down, they get it from it, and they don't really fix stuff. Like you saw Jackson with the pipes in the water. It's not really good water. It's not as bad as like pure poison, but it's not going to lead to healthy children and stuff like that. And like I said, it's still nice spots. I don't want to completely destroy Grenada and all stuff, but a lot of it is bad farmland, old live like that, and then in the 70s, like on the 50s or 60s, it's terrible. And you realize, and you meet them, and you like, me, I live in a place that's I live on a black side of a predominantly white area. So it's like most of the black kids around this side. Like you got Turner Chapel where I live, and then you have Warren Hill, then you got Bay Springs, Mississippi, and Law, and there's like a large black area. But on this side, you got the main part of where I stay at. Well, the schools I went to, which predominantly white, and then you got this area like Brandon and all these areas. But you understand? You start you. So I got but I got both worlds each time. You know what I mean? Like okay, this is the hood part, but also I'm at the white school. But I live in the hood part. On this side, the other schools that's close to me is predominantly black, and most of these schools around on this side, Heidelberg and all these schools predominantly black. But on this side, it's predominantly white. So you see both of them, and you see the differences. You see how certain races interact with each other. You see different things. You see how the white people treat their kids, and the white people treat each other. And you see how the black people treat them. And that's why this topic is kind of interesting to me. Again, my brother, like he was a smart kid, so the white people actually accepted him because I'm sorry, if you're a smart, intelligent, white people think they can use you and be with friends with you, and you're an advantageous person to them. Mm-hmm. So you get to see it, and you're like, oh, okay, that's how they think. Okay, but you're not. They told my little cousin, oh, she's smart too. You're not like the other of them. I'm like, what they mean when they say you're not like them?
I've been told
you're more on our side. And the first thing I thought about was, oh, this how it happens. Mm-hmm. Okay, you were more accepted by the white people. You a house nigga.
Yeah.
Okay, this why. Okay, so the black people see it, they get upset. They're like, okay, you more accepted, so you are. Even though they don't necessarily think of you as much better, but it's still like, okay, so you see it like that, and I'm so I don't like you, even though I have no animosity between you. I live here with you. So now you get jealousy. We create this culture. We insulate this culture. Now, okay, you can't escape this culture. You have to be here with us, because if you even look like you succeeding, you either have to give us and give to us as like a recompense, which is my next one, by the way. I had 5 of them. This is a recompense, or You not with us. You don't ride with us. You a sellout. You a fraud. You fake. You not one of us. You out of here. Even though I didn't do nothing but be accepted because again, they see me as advantageous. Which leads me to the next thing, and I'm gonna let BMT talk. We're the only culture that we have to, our rich have to check in with dudes in the hood just to go back to BMT. If you see, do you see Asian community have to go back to, okay, if you go to this culture, you Asian, you have to pay a price and you have to check in to do it. We the only culture BMT, and again, all of this again jealousy. It leads to from a form of jealousy that in some ways is created and in some ways is forced upon us. Again, that's why it looks strange. That's why everything like an agenda, right? I'm gonna say it again. LGBTQ people support each other. White people support each other. Well, rich white people. I also stated at the beginning, poor white people think this way too, by the way. I don't know. Like I said, I'm from this area of Mississippi. And these other groups all think this way. But we see it and okay, we got separation disability. And oh, y'all support each other? Oh, why do I see so much LGBTQ stuff on TV? Because the executives of, I'm not going to say where from. I don't know if that's even public. It is public knowledge, but you have to look for it. They in charge of, I forgot which company it was. Was it Universal or something? I forgot which one. But they in charge of Universal's over, Universal's over TV and what's the. Guess what they gonna do, BMT?
What?
I want people like me on TV. Jewish people, by the way, there's a lot of poor Jewish people. I know we on that Kanye thing. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. That's gonna be, I want to say that toward the end. But okay, we want the Jewish people. Okay, I'm gonna put some people in this group. I'm gonna put some people around me like me that I'm comfortable with. Which is also why I always tell people, when they tell you that the engineering of white privilege is, it's easier to get hired if you're a white person because a white person comfortable with you and their culture. It's inherently racist because, of course, the separation of people. But again, it is what it is. It's white privilege, and you get a chance to get in places that you have to struggle hard as a black person to get to. But in these cultures, I have to go and check in with you so I can move in California. That sound right to you, PMT?
I don't agree with that checking in stuff. That's extortion.
That's what I'm saying.
And I don't agree with that at all. I hate hearing that. If you come to a certain place to go do business or you just want to go see your fans, you have to go to certain groups for. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You're corny. You're corny for that. Like, nobody, like, that's dumb. Chinese don't have to go check in. Asians and rock checking too. You know who does like, you know what I'm saying, like, this stuff is stupid. So you have these instances of these things, like I've seen that stuff. Like I remember when I've seen that with the new NBA players. You got to show respect to the older NBA players and pay homage. And I'm like, why can't he just, hey, I'm the new guy on the court? Why they got to be a beef? Hell, we did. I've seen them do that with female rappers, where the female rappers got to go against the younger female rappers. And I'm like, really? Why can't they all just rap and just make money? You know, why they got to go after, you want to be just like me? I mean, I like that you made it somewhere. Like, and there's nothing wrong with seeing, like, if Zell was a highly accomplished businessman and what he's doing is working, yeah, I'm going to look and try to replicate some of his actions because they're successful. That's how success works. If it works, right? Hey, people saw McDonald's make a hamburger. Or the people at McDonald's, they saw I think they did the McDonald's movie about how the brothers, they were highly successful in their packaging of how they did it. You know, and I know it has some very shaky stuff about it, but a lot of it get taken advantage of. And I think that's one thing that we have it where a lot of people mistreat other people to get a leg up. We see that with the churches. We see that with certain types of collective groups that say that they mean well, and they don't. They only show the bad, never show the good. Like I get it, yeah, we got really bad stuff going on, but it'd be nice if you show, hey, there's a group of men, building and doing stuff. You know, uh, hey, I remember. I know y'all gonna think this is controversial. Dwayne Wade and his child, Zaya. Now that's his kid at the end of the day, and I get y'all all got on Gabrielle Union and all of them, but that child is loved by their family. That child will never be in any of y'all communities. I don't see no other group calling that child so much out of its name more than black people.
Blue Ivy, remember her hair? They went on her.
Woo, boy! Listen, boy. JG better than me, but I would never fuck with y'all. Y'all would definitely have my ass to kiss. That's him and Beyonce. That's why y'all wonder why y'all wonder why Beyonce don't be going out there with Blue Ivy to certain people. Well, Beyonce, this and that. No, Beyonce, no. Y'all went after my child. Well, she got lips like her daddy. It's daddy. Beyonce's her mom.
We thought she would get lips.
Who else lips is she supposed to get? Who else knows she's supposed to get? That's my
only two people.
Two people to make a child, and that's her father. When last time I checked, when Blue Ivy was born, Jay-Z slowed heavy down on his music and just went into daddy mode. Once Beyonce had the twins, y'all didn't see Beyonce on the stage like that. Why? Because they were going into being parents.
Thank you for the subscription.
They were going into being parents. And the last thing they wanted was people that have no contribution towards their family to be throwing salt in their family, but say, we you, but your children look like this and that. And that's the sad thing about it, because black people, as much as y'all complain about how people come at y'all about y'all features, y'all sure have no problem jumping on other people. And that's a really bad thing when people, y'all, let somebody say monkey. Oh, God. LeBron James, LeBron James' son went to prom with a white girl. Oh my God, he done sold out to the black race. Y'all don't know who that boy gonna marry when he become a man. He just went to prom. Me and Zell can tell you right now, a good portion of y'all who have gone to prom with somebody are not married to that same. Don't even know that person. You just got lucky and asked somebody, "Hey, you want to go prom with me? You want to dance with me? You want to go to the military ball with me?" Sure, cool. I don't got nobody. I had a French girl that was Haitian. She couldn't speak a goddamn lick of English. Just barely. I was nervous to ask her. She had to write it down. Will you want to go to prom? I said, shit, yeah. We didn't even match. She was dressed like a leopard outfit. I was wearing black and green. But we had fun. I'm just saying, man, we are too hard critical of black, or just we're very critical of each other, man. We'll shoot down each other too hard, man. Like, because we're different. Yet y'all want different, but y'all want acceptance. Y'all want inclusion, but then y'all like to exclude your own people. Kanye's crazy, but he wasn't crazy when he was making y'all money. And there's a lot of stuff to unpack that, and I get how y'all feel about him. But y'all do this a lot. It's like we pick and choose. We're gonna cancel this person. I got black people. Y'all don't have the power to cancel nobody. Let's get that out the way. And BMT will say that. You do not have the power. Why do y'all like seeing people so struggling? Why do y'all like talking bigging up in like impoverished environments, but then saying that we need resources? Y'all don't do no songs of y'all in the suburbs going to school, being healthy, having healthy, abundant lifestyle. But y'all, like, I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit. I remember, and shout out to my homeboy Charles Faulkner and the Faulkner Initiative, Black Line Security. I remember I used to have black men tell me, watch out for the police. The police are our enemy. The police are going to get you. Yeah, I'm not sure if you heard that, Zell, but that's what it was told to me by black people. Watch out for the police. So for a good 2 years of my life, I was afraid of the police. But I was to have love and abundance for some dudes who shut up the basketball court that me and my friends used to want to go play at, to go play dodgeball. Same dudes that were taking young girls to go up to. But I was told, watch out for that bad guy. And I never forget the first time I saw a black police officer. I thought he was a superhero. But I was afraid of him. Like me and my friends we were running away from him. All the white kids, it was on a field trip, and I'm gonna say this. They would say, who would like to get in a squad car? I'm not anybody ever got that where they just asked who want to get in a squad car and hit the button. We wanted to do it, but we were afraid. Because we were told to be afraid of them. And he said, hey, what's wrong? I got some juice. I got some juices. He said, and one of my friends said, you a bad guy. And you're going to take us away from our parents. He said, no, I'm not. I'm here to protect y'all. But that was put in the back of my mind as a child, that disdain that I can get an honorable job of service to my people and community. But we want protection and equal protection under the law. How can you have that if you're telling your youth and your populace, hey, fuck the police? But you forget you got black men and women and judges and lawyers. Do you want them or not? You got to make up your mind. Can't have it both ways, man. You got to go sit down and make some compromises at the table. So if you're not going to sit down and try to have these conversations, I don't tell y'all, business owners, they all they do is sell us out. No, man, y'all, we got to stop doing this shit. I ain't mean to get passionate. I'm tired of us always cutting our own people out, but then we want some type of representation. We don't got nobody to vouch for us in the office. We'll go run for mayor, student council. Oh, go talk to my boy Zell. Like, he knows how to do it. And it's not going to be easy. And there's a lot of corruption, but somebody got to do something. If that, get the fuck out the way. But quit trying to. I heard the dude said, black men, you shouldn't vote. No offense, but black men, you the least represented person in America right now. So anybody can make decisions for you now, but you wonder why you get son and effeminized. I ain't mean to go on no tangent, but y'all forget a lot of men have died, been burnt, killed, white and black and all over have died, so that way y'all men can have some type of political advocacy to talk.
Hey, Miss Sunkissed. He said my family would never be willing to get in a cop car. I feel that. I'm gonna combine these two because I know you're gonna actually even talk about this shortly. I know you got culture talk in a minute, so I'm gonna but I'm gonna combine these two, and they actually can go together. One is the people when people will sell you out
Mm.
for a bigger bag, even if this gonna go with Kanye because this is one of the reasons I wanted to do this. Um,
Mhm.
I don't support what Kanye say. I didn't do it. I'm gonna tell y'all the honest truth how I feel about Kanye. I feel like being around autistic kids, as we're around my mother who was next to the SPED building. She was a parent liaison, but she was right next to SPED people. And my brother, who actually was in charge of special education as the director, Kanye has a lot of symptoms of the kids that have autism. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Listen to him talk. The random speech when he just starts randomly talking about random movies he saw. Have you noticed that, BMT?
Yeah,
And he
he
start
does a lot.
randomly mentioning Jesus and all that stuff, and he doesn't like it's not coherent. He just repeats what he's heard from maybe a YouTube channel or something. That's
Mhm.
signs of autism. I don't want to just say he has it, but if he get checked, I wouldn't be shocked if he actually has that. And plus, he has an ego and success too, which you add all three, and somebody just regurgitates what he said. It could lead to dangerous things. Like I said, I don't agree with most of what he said. I'm not gonna say all because you can't. It's hard to just distinguish all. And I'm gonna be honest. I got to call out certain people. And this going, I'm gonna let me say my other thing first. The other one is black people root for other black people to fail.
Mm.
It's the difference between the first line and the second line. I say prayers up for Kanye, which I mean, and do you still support? I can't really support what he do, but I'm just gonna say how I feel about Kanye to get that out of the way because I don't want none of that because this ain't even about Kanye. I just wanted to get that part out. Because am I wrong? Does he not have you? I don't know if you've been around autistic kids. Does he not have those like those symptoms of a kid with autism?
No,
To
I,
you?
I actually have. I actually have, and I've worked around them. It's no secret. Kanye has mental health issues, like his family, not the Kardashians, his actual family and relatives and close best friend, that Jay-Z, have addressed that Kanye, they already said Kanye's medicine as he should be. When he's on his medicine, he's a lot more calm. He's a less jumpy. He's he's less sporadic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he diagnosed bipolar. When he even Kim, his wife, however I feel about her, says that sometimes she tries to make sure he takes his medicine. But when you have all these voices in the room saying you don't need that shit, fuck your medic. Listen, y'all, that man needs his medication, y'all. Y'all want to help Kanye get him back on his treatment. I get it. I get he's giving y'all all kind of stuff to talk about, but that man needs his medication, man. Go ahead, bro.
And I want to say I love him too. That's why I'm. That's why I'm gonna say I'm upset with people who are using this episode to gain from it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me just go out there. Nori, bro, you knew what you were doing. LeBron already canceled the interview. He like, yo, we're not putting this out. If you claim, if you claim that you're his friend, I've done this before. I have had a podcast. I did not put it out because I'm like, yo, this gonna hurt my friend. I know I'm the person who's like, oh, let people speak and all that, but no, I love you. And you going through something that you're depressed, you're angry, you're upset. Get on the podcast, Zell. We're gonna get on this. I'm gonna expose everybody. And then I just say crazy, wild things that might not be true, and I'm emotional. No, bro, we not gonna let that out. Nori knew he was going through a manic episode. He put him out. You know why he put him out? BMT. You know what he said Sunday?
What do you say?
I got more views than the NFL. That's what he said Monday, BMT. What you think on his mind, BMT? Let's be honest.
That's
I
probably
got
one,
more
that probably was
views.
one of his best shows. That
Yes.
probably was the best show he ever had because he had Kanye on there, and Kanye had to bring out because people say whatever they want to say. I don't think Kanye's lost to us. I don't think like nobody's lost. I mean, there's certain things that people can do, like when you start violating the innocent, yeah, I would definitely say, yeah. But just because y'all know that man, like we keep a lot of like motherfuckers still keep R. Kelly, but y'all ready to get rid of Kanye. We can help him if he gets in the right hands or gets to the right people. You know, again, some things you got to know when to pull the trigger. Now, Nori knew. Listen, this a lot of people gonna be watching what this man say. White, black, Asian, Kanye is international. They wanted to hear what he wanted to say. Why? Nori didn't care about what that man was. Then Nori runs on the Breakfast Club crying victim. Oh, I didn't know he was gonna do all that, nigga.
Bitch,
Yes,
you
you
know
did.
why? That time was up. Them people called him. What you just put out on our platform?
Yeah, they about to get rid of his ass. They about to cancel. Y'all gotta understand.
But so,
Yeah.
yeah, he's in a manic spiral. Nori knows this. He claims to be his friend, but he sits there and lets him spew and doesn't barely any pushback. Right? Unless it was something he did do it because he knew when he talked about the Jewish people. That, oh, okay, I'm gonna get hit on this. So I better at least push back a little bit on this. But he just letting them rock, drinking, smiling. He talking about I'm gonna get more views than NFL. But then when the people called and he gonna get it pulled and it don't count no more. Oh, I gotta apologize to everybody. You didn't apologize when you didn't put it out. I'm gonna say this too. I gotta do this. I don't know if BMT gonna like this, but I gotta do this too. Let's be honest. Candace Owen. You know this man, the man that got an episode. You know he is. You getting this? You get him on there to promote. Let's be honest. He's
Hard.
promoting your documentary that people didn't see.
And nobody gives a
That
shit.
people wasn't gonna see. He promoting your documentary. Your documentary gonna get more views because Kanye promoted. Am I wrong, BMT?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're spot on that.
You all of a sudden he wants to buy Parlor with your husband is part of the CEO of. I ain't gonna say owner because I don't know how much. I don't know. It's a private businesses that kind of hold some of this stuff. It's not a publicly traded company.
I wouldn't
but
buy that shit.
I'm looking at how much he's gonna pay for it because right now you got public funding for $20 million as of February. If he pay more than $25 million and you pay $200 million, you have finessed this man out of money. Because soon as he go in there and say what he say, Apple and Google gonna take it off the platform, and he's gonna have 17,000 people on the platform. That's it, and he will make no money. He will be out 300, $100 million. Not only that, he had to pay the people the upkeep. So he's gonna be. So when I say he pay $100 million, he's gonna end up paying 300 million because he got to pay the people the upkeep. Yeah, Parler's still on the Google, but the second he say something, they already took it off once as a warning. Kanye going up there, he gonna say whatever he want. What they gonna do, BMT? They already did it once.
They're gonna just shut it down fully.
That's what I'm saying. And Candace Owens, let's be honest, she knows this. If something happened, Kanye, all his banks get closed, all this. Guess what Candace Owens gonna do? She gonna go on Fox News. She gonna do her job. She gonna go on and she gonna continue to do what she do. And she's
Right.
$100 million up. She's $100 million up, BMT.
That bitch is that bitch is a cancer, man. Like what? Y'all gotta understand. Candace Owens don't got no soul. That bitch don't got no soul. She's out there to do whatever she wants. Like, listen, man. Like he don't need that shit. Honestly, he'd be better off just probably. He would have a better chance buying Black Planet and just doing shit on there, going over there and just. I bought Black Planet. Y'all want to go over there and do videos and stuff or talk about things like. Leave that damn piece of shit, goddamn thing alone, man. That shit's under the scrutiny of the FBI. Like you got people that don't really fuck with you. But see, I think the thing about it is Kanye so badly he want this. This is when it gets dangerous when you so badly want to be accepted that you'll choose in to bring somebody to watch you. And it's that kid that needs medicine in the classroom. Look at me. And we all know once we get that kid adrenaline, he calms down. Now he's just he's back in the fold. And so do we trust that? Like, do I agree that the small hat people have too much goddamn power? Oh yes, I do agree. They don't fuck with us. I don't fuck with them. I don't give a fuck. Kanye, I know how people feel about him, but regardless of that, he is a billionaire, a black billionaire, and I'm not going to turn a blind eye to that. Unless y'all can right now fart out y'all ass another black billionaire that is as successful as him, y'all don't got no shit to talk. And understand this: you can't listen. It is impossible to just cancel a billionaire. I have never seen if they couldn't cancel Donald Trump, y'all not canceling Kanye. Like y'all, let's be for real. A lot of us will never be in any room or building close to that man. A lot of them dudes can feel what they feel about that man, but them same dudes will kill to be in his shoes. Again, this is just like you said, Zell, full circle. It's that hate. If you got that power, just like Wayne said, a lot of people said that Wayne said that, hey, y'all fuck with me, but y'all actually just didn't really fuck with me. You just wanted my chips on the board. That's the thing about it. It's always different when you start getting to certain levels and then people start turning up on you. All of this actually came from the fashion editors dissing him again during Fashion Week. He's better off just creating a whole new platform. I agree, HT. He's better off just creating a whole new platform and actually probably be for cheaper.
Probably would.
All right, probably cost him less. He just built a whole do like how
If Candace
Facebook.
Owens' husband can create Paula and help create Paula, I'm pretty sure Kanye can create something better than Paula.
Kanye could pop, Kanye could probably get some black techies. They probably do it for less and build that shit. You could probably get some kids out of college on Indeed.com and they would do it.
And they don't have to pay as much as the people that probably Parliament pay.
Right. Shit, they'll just do it. Say, hey, that's some good paperwork. Hell, your professor probably be right there helping y'all. Ain't like y'all trying to keep up World of Warcraft servers. I'm just saying, man. It's just one of those things that
he getting finesse. I don't know if you remember BMT what I asked last week. I know that not on this show. It was on Make It Make Sense. I said, why is Candace Owens here? And that this week I found out to sell a documentary and to get him to buy the company that her husband is CEO of.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody cares about that fucking broad. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. There's two people I put up there that I could give a shit if they die. Stacey Dash, Candace Owens, and what's the other motherfucker? Larry King. I don't give a fuck. Them three motherfuckers fall off the face of earth, nigga. I probably will go buy me some extra bottles because I won't miss a damn one of them. Like them. Oh yeah. Put Brandon Tatum up there. Oh goddamn, that dude sucks the dick of goddamn buffoonery, you know. But hey, I get it. You got to get your checks. I'm not mad at you. I just understand that we have a lot of people punching down to try to stay in the know. Kanye just needs help, man. Kanye needs help. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, like I said, a lot of Jewish people, you get the image. Why? Again, I'm gonna say it one more time. They support each other. Despite how they feel about it, they support each other. You see the LGBTQ, they support each other. Other groups support it. Women, black women even, sort of support each other. But they'll tear each other down too. We're not gonna pretend like they don't. But I'm gonna be honest, they at this point, they're more unified than the black men are.
yeah, they are.
They're way more unified than us, even though they tear each other down, they want at least to get to a certain point before the black men lately want you to be on their level. And it all comes around to I'm gonna let BMT get ready to go for his other show, but it all comes down to people not wanting you to get by what they gotta buy. When slaves were free, most of them either tried to stay as a slave because they didn't know what to do, or they went and followed the person that freed them, thinking they get more opportunity. Then you had a group that made Black Wall Street or many black businesses. Everybody know about Tulsa, Oklahoma, BMT, right?
Yep.
What if I tell you there's some in Memphis? There was one in New Jersey. There was one in Arizona. All had the same story. So every group where black people trying to build, they actually bombed. And now you just left with what you left with. And people be like, "Oh, that what Kanye trying to expose?" He not. He just going through a manic episode. And I want to leave y'all off this. I'm gonna let BMT speak on whatever he got to speak on this. Kanye, you say you believe in the Bible. Sunday school teacher. I'm gonna give you advice. God says a fool just opens his mouth every time he speaks, basically, and a wise man stays silent. A wise man won't never try to prove he wise because people they'll try to pull the rug from under him. I'm paraphrasing, of course. If you don't remember, BMT, if you remember, they try to trick Jesus, and Jesus said, "Oh, they trying to trick me." Oh, the Bible says this. What do I do with this woman who cheated on her husband? Jesus played with it. Jesus played with the sand. He said, if you haven't sinned, you cast the first stone. Y'all can beat it if you ain't sinned. They walked away sad. They couldn't trick him, BMT. Why? BMT, he didn't go out there yelling that they were wrong. He didn't go yelling that they tried to manipulate him. He didn't do none of that, did he, BMT? He played in the dirt, BMT, and said, "Hey, listen, if y'all ain't sinned, you can beat her with the stone." And they all had to walk away silent. Instead, he could have yelled and told everybody that, "Look at these priests trying to manipulate me and do all this." No. He simply said, if you are sinless, you can cast a stone. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, a lot of y'all cast a lot of stones out here
A lot of stones
against people that look just like you. So I'm always say pray for Kanye, and I don't agree with most of what he said. People, I don't agree that somebody trying to do agenda against you. I'm gonna tell you, being in the room with senators and governors, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know this gonna hurt a lot of people because this is literally the reason y'all follow a lot of people y'all follow. They don't care about you. If you vote for them, they don't care about you. They got your vote. If you don't vote for you, they just trying to convince you not to vote. They not worried about an agenda. Now, are there groups trying to create agendas on their own, like different set of groups? Yes, but I'm talking about the government. Government really don't care unless they can get a political win off you. If you talk crazy and they feel like you're crazy enough that they can get a political win off you, they will 100%. They will hire me, BMT, right now. BMT say something crazy, they will hire me to figure out how to manipulate to make BMT look bad, and so they can win an election. Do they really care what BMT talking about? No. You know what I mean? They don't care what you said. They don't care if you said you hate women. But I can make, oh, look at these men hate women. Misogyny. Let me write it down so I can just manipulate his words and cut it into it. And that's what they hired me for. And then I can do it. A lot of this stuff I couldn't do. But after a while, let me manipulate the situation just so I can keep power. And that's really the goal. They don't really care about what you're doing. You're not of importance. You're just a random name on a social security number where they can make sure if you're doing something crazy, they can check on you. Or they can use you as a political pawn. And even if you do good and you're an amazing human being, they will still use you as a political pawn because they will be like, look at this amazing man who support me and I'll pay you money to support me. That's what it is. Most of us are just pawns on the board that they consider. You know how chess is, BMT?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. You know what the next show is? We're just the people in the front that you can easily knock off first. That's all we are. All right, I'm gonna let BMT go. You got another show with Hollywood.
I
Any
think
last words?
one thing, one fair lesson. I got to stop doing shows on top of shows. I think I just did 5 shows in one day already, and I got 2, 3 more shows. So after today, I'm going to start spreading us apart so that way we can do this. They got to be either way to. But I don't like cutting into shows on shows. I hate doing that. I think everybody just maybe everybody feels good on two. I know a lot of y'all how y'all feel about that, and I don't hate. I don't hate Candace, Stacy, or Brandon. But some people go out of their way, just like the evil people, to try to shed a certain narrative. I saw there was this cop. He got arrested. He used to go down to the low impoverished area where the blacks and whites were, and go arrest them and assault them because he felt like they were trash and he was doing the work for society. That was horrible. That was horrible. Luckily, he pushed at the wrong people, and he arrested a man whose fiance happened to be a detective. And so, guess what? It got him caught. I would then tell a lot of our people, hey, and not just black people, just our people. With the way society's going right now, we got to start doing better, man. We got to stop trying to go on this kind of justification of because you look like this, talk like this, dress like this. Now, the way you act, you can control that. But some things, you know, we preemptively do things. I'm not throwing away a billionaire. I'm sorry. I didn't see Russia throw away their billionaires. I damn sure didn't see China throw away their billionaires. I didn't see no country throw away a billionaire yet. So I'm not giving up a billionaire. I don't see us now. I mean, Rihanna, as much crazy shit as she done do, the people of Barbados, they still fuck with her. And she's a baby mama. So let that set in. They still respect, even though she says a lot of weird shit. Kanye, we know this nigga need medication. We get him on his medication. We may have to hold him down and force feed it to him. But guess what? He'll be okay. You know, like I said, I agree with Zell. Pray for Kanye. Y'all don't want to pray for him, just don't worry about him. You know, but like I said, one thing I do know, he loves his children. He says that a lot. He said, you know when I started losing my mind? When they started fucking with my kids. I can't get, once he said that, I shut up. Because I don't know how I would be, Zell, if somebody started fucking with my kids. People started sexualizing my kids. Putting them in stuff that I don't want my kids in. He wants his kids to go to a Christian church. School. That he built. So that way they can learn music and education. I can't hate a man for that. So, you know, I think at some point we got to just talk and find out what's going on with these people. But other than that, thank you guys. Listen, y'all. Soon these talks with Zell are some of the most peaceful, intellectually balanced shows I have. I'll never stop doing them because Zell actually encourages me of why I still do content. So I got to give Zell and the overall 99 Media gang their flowers. I got to give them their flowers on that. So you guys, if you like the content, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for those who did subscribe. Support the channel. Watch it. Let's get the watch time up. Let's keep it pushing.
Yeah, I'm gonna start putting the link tree to all my channels in the is a pinned message. I got multiple channels, so I got a lot of different channels that do different things. Zell May's where I do I'm gonna do more of these on my Zell May channel, but I also gonna do a man caves and stuff on the main over on that 9 channel, which is more. It's in the pinned message, so
let me know when you want me to do. Let me know when y'all want me to join up with y'all on the man cave shit. But I also like that shit also. Let me know. I love when we do these talks right here. These talks are dope. I'm gonna see y'all guys.
All right, we're gonna let BMT out. Peace. Oh, wait, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't. Zell May, Pin channel, all of that. Go watch Culture Talk. That's on the Blurred Cartel channel. I don't have their thing. I'm gonna start putting it up too. I'm gonna have all that pin. I appreciate y'all. Peace.